Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing amazing as always. Love and light. And I know, I've been away for a while, right? It's been a lot of things going on. As you already know, life happens for both of us, you and myself. But I'm always here to provide you guys with amazing content and amazing new AI tools, right? So, have you been struggling with some AI creations? Have you been struggling with automations? There's so many different tools out there, right? You can get inundated with it. But this amazing new tool has totally changed the game, right? I've done a whole review on it. I really want to dive in. I'm going to do a whole series on this, different ways that you can use this tool for your business, for if you have clients, or anything of that matter, because this tool is amazing. Enough talking. Like you guys already know, I don't like to talk too much. I like to teach, and let's dive right in. Pardon me, I got a new camera. It's a 4K camera. It's on top of my laptop because, I'm trying to mix and match my M3 with, my laptop because I'm doing a lot of screen recording. So if it's a little shaky, guys, just bear with me. You know what I'm saying? Things are not going to be perfect other than, this fine face. But no, just joking. Anyway, let me get my big face off the screen and let's dive into what this new tool is, right? It's pretty sick. Shrink myself. Let me move over here. Oh, this was still here. Yeah, allow that for sure. Right, so creating professional videos, right? We're using Jogg AI. Jogg AI is a new tool that just came out in the market not so long ago, maybe under a year, maybe a little more than a year, right? Don't quote me. But anyway, it's a really, really nifty tool. They have been constantly upgrading a lot of the things that you can do with this tool, from being able to, do a lot of things that similar tools can do, like Synthesia and a lot of the other ones, Pictory and things of that nature. But for some reason, Jogg AI to me, it's just been so easy when it comes to automation, and faceless content, especially if you don't want to put your face out there, right? It's really changed the game for just content creation in itself and that. Right, so some of the key features when it comes to Jogg AI, I just want to give you guys a brief overview because I plan on really diving deep into Jogg AI and giving you guys some different methods that you can utilize, some methods that I'm using because I'm using it myself currently in one of my Faceless channels, and some of the content that I've been providing and putting out there. I know AI is still in that gray area where people kind of really are not in love with it. It's just fascinating because it's something brand new. But people still love the authenticity of having somebody that they can speak to, right? Somebody who moves that's like a real person and and is not automated like AI. But I mean, let's be real, right? Like, given another 5, 10, 20, 30 years, like, it is going to be a norm that you're going to see a lot of AI advertisements. You're going to see AI courses. You're going to see AI teaching, right? You're going to see it's going to be AI. We're already discussing, it's already in the space of AI agents, right, that run businesses. So it's really not going anywhere. I understand that maybe our generation and the generations prior to us and the generations that's in here now, right, they may not be in love with it, but those who are coming in the future, it may be a total game changer. We may have AI teachers, right? People going to school just to speak to AI teachers, right? And so it's going to change everything, and it's best that we be abreast of it or get lost in it, right? So some of the features is the avatars, right? The voiceovers and just like some of the other ones out there. 11 Labs and a lot of the other AI tools that are out there, like Flicky AI. Flicky's another one I want to give you guys a real deep dive in because it is another automation tool, but it just has a lot of different features other than Jogg AI. Right, then we have the visual scene builders. You can literally build the scene behind your avatar, whether it be your avatar that you've created yourself, your twin, or you've picked one of the avatars that they have, right? Script, scene assistant, platform ready, and ready to export. Once you put it all together and you have an idea, it really is that simple. Right, and then mastering video creation. I mean, this is for those of you who are beginners. Those of you who are masters of the game, of the galaxy, you guys already know what it is, right? So it's just brainstorming concepts. What kind of video am I going to put out there? Because even though we have AI, we have a lot of the automations, you still need the ingenuity of a human behind it, right, to orchestrate it. Like, AI is just a tool, and at the end of the day, right, it can't really orchestrate itself as of yet. But You know, when that time comes, that time comes. But for right now, for what we're speaking about, you know, you have to be able to at least still have the creativity, right? So it's not taking anybody's job away, but what it is doing is enhancing, you know, the creativity abilities that you already have, right? You know, so navigating the platform, you know, it's really easy, and learning the essentials. I'm going to show you guys when we dive into it. I don't want to make this too long, right? This introduction, you know, creating quality content. You know, a lot of the times when it comes to AI videos, you know, in the beginning, you know, you let the AI kind of create the content, create the script and everything, and then you run with it, right? But now it's time that you can really tweak a lot of small things, right? To really make it your own unique style and have your own unique voice, you know, and appeal and give it that creative flair that it needs to have, right? That's going to be able to drive in whatever attention that you've created this content for, right? Whether it be traffic, whether it be sales, whether it be brand recognition, whether it be, you know, just wanting to get your e-commerce store out there, whatever it is that you're doing and you're creating AI videos for, you know, you want to be able to have your own flair to it and adding your own flair to it and easily export it, right? That's it. Once it's created. And the versatile of video productions, right? You know, it's the marketing, it's the education, it's the social media, it's the storytelling. And with Jogg AI, you can really master any one of these spaces or combine them all, right? You know, you could just use it for just marketing. You can use it just for education. You can use it just for social media, building up your social media presence, or you can use it for storytelling, right? If for one of your Faceless channels and you want to tell stories, let's say, you know, maybe horror stories, maybe history stories, maybe, you know, fill in the blank, right? Maybe to read a book, you can utilize it for that as well. So creating your first video, right? I know you guys, some of you who are seeing this as like create my first video, I'm on my, you know, 1000 video. And there are some of you who are just really beginning, right? Don't be scared. Like, just create your first video. And to be honest and transparent, I was terrified, right? I just hated being on, I'm from the old school. Like, I hated being on camera like that. I don't even like taking pictures like that, right? My wife always wanted me to take pictures and shit. I'm like, you know, take a picture. Like, come on, yeah, take a picture. I'll take a picture of you. But, you know, it's important for us to be out there, right? It's important for us to, you know, create these videos. And if you don't want to put yourself out there, that's fine. You know, maybe put your voice out there, right? If you don't want to put your voice out there, that's fine too, because we have a lot of other tools and resources that you can use that's going to be able to give you those opportunities to do, the expansion of things that you want to be able to kind of dive into, right? So again, starting with the concept, you know, having a script if you don't have a script already. You know, the visual selections, okay, that's going to be from your avatar to the things that you want to put in the back and everything else, right? You know, the features in the video generation, right? It's really simple and streamlined, and it's nothing that you need to kind of draw out, right? So your perfect presentation, right? It's going to be your avatars, it's going to be your engaging voiceovers, you know, it's going to be the diverse options that Jogg AI already provides. So you kind of want to be able to, you know, utilize a lot of it, right? Again, this is what's going to help you to be able to create that unique voice and style that you're looking for. Right? And you want to customize like a pro. Jogg AI has a really cool tool in the background, so it doesn't have to be just what you see and download, right? Once I do a deep dive of it, I'm going to show you guys how you can really, you know, sync a lot of the images to even mini video clips, you know, even change up avatars. You know, it's so customizable that it's really going to change the game for you, right? And adding elements and themes themes and styles, right? And just to be enhanced a lot of the things that you're creating. Themes, that's funny. Anyway, so share your creation, right? I guess you guys already know a lot of this. It's just sometimes it's good to kind of walk through, you know, do this. Sometimes it's not about learning something new. It's about really practicing what you already know, right? And you just want to share your content. Repurposing is everything, right? That's what a lot of these streamers are doing. A lot from Twitch, you know, and you know, Kick and everything else, right? They're just repurposing. They either have people repurposing it for them or they're repurposing it themselves, right? So do the same. Exactly. And this is really it. I just wanted to walk through just to give you guys an overview of just what, you know, not just faceless automation, but, you know, just creating some really engaged AI videos, personal videos, AI twin avatar videos, right? You know, these are some of the things you just want to keep in mind, right? You know, having a great concept, having a great script, you know, really editing it to your, you know, your style, customizable just to fit your brand and your brand's voice, right? 100%. Professional quality, like pro level content, you know, with pro level without the pro level stress. Like really, it really is that simple. So enough said with this. Like, let me just show you guys the homepage. All right, so this is Jogg AI. Once you guys hit the link, you know, if it should be in the bio. Definitely, you know, if you guys are interested, I would definitely grab it. It's really not, you know, too pricey. It should be affordable, especially when you're building a business, and if you're an entrepreneur, a solo entrepreneur. You know, there's a number of different tools that you're going to need because you're wearing multiple hats, right? So yeah, so this is just the home screen. Once you guys jump on it, you'll be able to see a lot of the things that it does have, a lot of the features that you're able to utilize it for, right? So you guys can take at your leisure to go through this, but I really wanted to jump over here, right? So this is the back office. This is exactly how it looks, right? So this is me up in the corner, and these are some of the things that it can do, right? You can create your avatar video or talking photo, right? You have your AI video ads, you know, you have your video translations. So if you're from a number of the countries that are around this beautiful world of ours, you know, it can translate it for you, right? It can translate into German, into Hebrew, into, you know, Egyptian. So, you know, definitely utilize a lot of that, right? It has some of the viral video creations that they have going on now, the Talking Baby podcast that some people are doing, you know. I mean, be careful of trends, right? Because you can, by the time you jump on a trend, the wave is already, you know, kind of quieting down. So you either want to be, you know, either at the beginning of the trend or at the top of the trend. You don't want to be when the trend is coming down. So, but then it has video podcasts, right? So you can make any content podcast ready. So say you have a blog post, right? Say you are writing scripts about different things. You can create a podcast out of that blog post or out of those scripts, right? That's pretty cool, because that's something totally different. I definitely want to do a whole video on that, because that right there is game changer. Podcasts have been really big in the space as of lately. So if you're already a blog creator, right, or you already have a number of pieces of written content that you want to repurpose, not just into videos, you can turn it into a podcast, right? With AI, mind you. So it's pretty cool. Topic to video, right? So say you have a topic that you want to create about, you can have AI kind of, you know, you can type it into ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, you know, Claude, any one of them, name it, right? Have it script out. I would say have it script out first, right? I mean, yes, they have an AI tool built in, but again, it's already doing videos, right? It's already doing videos. It's doing editing. It's doing AI avatar creation, doing photo. It's doing too much, right? I mean, already. So you don't want to kind of add. I mean, try to get the best script out of it. It's not the best script writer, right? It will formulate a script for you, but it's not the best one. So, you know, use other tools. We have other AI tools for that. That's exactly how I utilize my tools, right? I break them down. I use maybe, you know, DeepSeek and ChatGPT, you know, maybe for, you know, script ideas, maybe for short form ideas. You know, I have, you know, another tool, Magic, and I've done a review about, which I use for long form scripts, right? And maybe other content to see what's out there in the YouTube, you know, environment, to see what people are talking about, you know, keywords and things of that nature. Then I use, you know, another tool maybe for, you know, generating some other ideas, I mean, titles and hooks and things of that nature. You know, then maybe I may dive into Canva, you know, to create my, you know, my thumbnails, and, you know, and maybe even add B-rolls to my videos, right? So, you know, utilize your tool belt. You don't necessarily need to have 101 different tools, but each one of these tools, you know, is going to add to your uniqueness and your style of, you know, creating different video brands, right? So, and it has a really cool feature called batch, right? Batch creation. So what batch creation is really, you know, creating a batch of videos, right? At one time. Say you wanted to create 5 videos, you can batch together 5 video creations at once, right? So what would take you maybe a couple of hours to do is now taking you under maybe 45 minutes, right? Maybe under 30 minutes, depending on how many videos you're batching together, you know, and the processing power and how many people are using it at the time you're batching it, right? So now you have all of your batch videos ready, you know, for your weekly, let's say, content rollout, right? Now you can wear another hat and start focusing on something else. There's so many different things that this can definitely do. Let me show you guys on the side. You know, you have your home, you have your projects, you know, the templates. Templates are pretty cool as well, right? These are already made templates, so you can create your own video from these templates. Some of you guys have seen some of the shorts that I have, you know, you can see this is where I've gotten some of these short templates from, right? Some of these avatars. So this one I've used this guy before, you know, I've used this lady right here before as well. I've used this lady right here for a couple of clients that I've had. or have, I should say. I still work with them. You know, so and look how many avatars, right? I mean, each one, as you scroll down, there's a number of different avatars that you can use. And there's so many different usage cases, right? There's one for education. There's one that, you know, is a car salesman. You know, there's one for insurance, right? You know, here's a funny cat one. You've probably seen this one out there that somebody's probably created, right? So there are a number of different ways that you can utilize a lot of these templates and this whole platform in itself, right? So I just wanted to give you guys a really quick overview of, you know, Jogg AI. Again, on my next video, I'm going to dive deep into Jogg AI and really, we're going to create a video, you know, from script, from beginning to end. We're going to start from hook to script, you know, title, everything, you know, editing, and really dive deep into, you know, showing you guys exactly how you can utilize Jogg AI for your content creation, faceless channels, you know, whatever you want to create. So it's really cool. I really dig it, and I hope you guys dig it too. I'm not gonna let this video go too long, but I just want to give you guys a brief overview of what Jogg AI capabilities are and your capabilities are going to be once you master this. All right, at the end of the day, as you guys already know, I love you guys. I'll see you guys on my next video. Stay safe, stay dangerous. Peace.